there are two things that it takes to keep these airplanes flying. It takes money, and it takes the passion of the volunteers that they bring. But volunteers can't create avgas, and then it takes a lot of avgas to fly these airplanes. So we are constantly in a fundraising mode just to make sure that we're taking our story to the people of America and looking for their support to keep these airplanes flying.
So that being the case, how does Joe or Jill Q Aviator become a part of CAF, make a contribution? How can they be involved?
CommemorativeAirForce.org is our website. That's the sort of gateway to any involvement with the CAF. You can learn about what we do, you can join the organization, you can make a contribution to the organization. That's a great place to go and do some research. And I would also encourage anyone to go to their local unit. On that website there's a map that shows you the 60 different locations that we are right now. A unit's a great place to get involved because that's where the action happens. I feel like the CAF is a little bit of a hidden secret in aviation in America. I must admit, I hung around aviation in this country for a long time before I figured out how cool the CAF really was. It sort of gives an ordinary person the opportunity to sort of be in the pits at the Indy 500. You can really come and be involved and be close with these amazing aircraft, and it's very rewarding to be able to do that.
The overall aviation community is not in the best of shape. It's going through some pretty significant doldrums over the last couple of decades, and it's interesting that you note that CAF can potentially drive people back into the community. When you meet people who are not aware or minimally aware of the contribution these airplanes and, of course, these incredible pilots made to this country, what kind of transitions do you see as people gain understanding of all this? This has got to be pretty dramatic at times.
I think one of the best programs in the CAF, if not the best program in the CAF, is the Red Tail Rise Above program. So what we do with that is our Red Tail Squadron tours a P-51 model Mustang around the country alongside an educational experience. So we literally have an 18-wheel trailer that goes around and works with schools and local communities to tell the story of what the aeroplane did during World War II. And that is a very rewarding program for us. The living history component, having people in costume that can take us back to the human side of the story, that is definitely part of our plan here as well.
And finally, you went through EAA to AOPA to here. What was the biggest eye-opener to you as you began to understand this organization you became a part of?
The biggest eye-opener to me about the CAF, at some level, I thought the CAF was a rich guy's organization. Because it's warbirds, because it's these very expensive artifacts, somehow these things get blended together in your mind. The real eye-opener to me is coming to be on staff and to be a part of the organization, is to understand this is if anything, a blue-collar organization in terms of the makeup of the volunteers and the people and the passion that lies at the beating heart of this organization. I talk about that because I want, if there are people watching this that don't know the CAF and you think it's full of sort of rich warbird types, it is not. I want everybody to know this is a very sort of ordinary organization where there's a welcome for anyone that's passionate about the subject matter, and I think if I've got any critique of the CAF, it's we need to sort of let the world know just what a great organization this is and where the focus of the organization is.
Aero-TV is brought to you by Concorde's recombinant gas RG series sealed battery technology produces a high-performance battery with the advantages of being pre-tested and fully charged at the factory. Find out more about Concorde's entire line of batteries at www.concordebattery.com. Concorde, the heart of your aircraft.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.